Have you ever dreamed of bringing that sun-drenched Mediterranean charm into your small apartment? Well, today's your lucky day. Welcome back to Home and Harmony, where we transform everyday spaces into havens of style and comfort. In today's video, we're exploring how to create a stunning summer Mediterranean style that works perfectly in small apartments. No ocean view required. From the warm color palettes that evoke seaside sunsets, to the perfect blend of textures that transport you to a coastal village, we'll cover everything you need to know to bring this timeless aesthetic into your home. Stick around until the end for my secret styling tip that completely transforms any small space with minimal effort. If you're new here, I'm your name. And this channel is all about creating beautiful, livable spaces no matter your budget or square footage. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell to join our design community. And let's dive into Mediterranean magic that will have your guests asking for your designer's contact info. The foundation of any Mediterranean-inspired space begins with the perfect color palette. Think of the whitewashed buildings of Santorini against the deep blue Aegean Sea, or the sun-baked terracotta rooftops of Tuscany. For small apartments, start with a base of crisp whites or warm creams on your walls. This immediately creates the illusion of more space while establishing that quintessential Mediterranean backdrop. Accent with strategic pops of cobalt blue, terracotta, olive green, and golden yellow through textiles and decorative pieces. These colors not only evoke the Mediterranean landscape, but also create a sense of warmth and invitation. Remember that in smaller spaces, color discipline is key. Rather than painting entire walls in bold colors, which can make rooms feel smaller, integrate your Mediterranean palette through furniture upholstery, artwork, ceramic pieces, and textiles. Consider a stunning blue velvet accent chair or terracotta planters grouped together for impact. The beauty of this approach is that it allows you to adjust seasonally, perhaps leaning into more blues and whites during peak summer months, then warming up with more terracottas and golds as fall approaches. This flexibility is perfect for apartment dwellers who need their space to adapt throughout the year. Mediterranean style is deeply rooted in natural materials that have been used in the region for centuries. In small apartments, these elements bring authenticity without overwhelming your limited space. Begin by incorporating jute or sisal rugs. With simple geometric patterns, they immediately ground the space while adding texture underfoot. Rattan and wicker furniture pieces are perfect for Mediterranean styling. Consider a statement rattan chair or small side table that adds visual interest without bulk. For wood elements, opt for pieces with a weathered, sun-bleached look or warm honey tones that evoke olive wood. Textiles play an equally important role in creating that Mediterranean feel. Look for linen curtains that gently filter sunlight. Nothing says Mediterranean quite like the play of light and shadow through sheer fabrics. Cotton throws with subtle stripe patterns in blue and white add coastal charm to sofas, while hand-woven cushion covers bring artisanal character. Don't overlook the power of ceramic elements, from decorative plates mounted on walls to hand-painted tiles used as trivets or coasters. Even in the smallest apartment, these authentic material choices create an immersive experience that feels genuinely Mediterranean rather than themed or contrived. The difference between a space that feels lived in versus decorated. When we think of Mediterranean homes, we often picture sprawling villas with generous proportions, but the essence of this style can be captured brilliantly in compact furniture choices. Opt for pieces with clean lines and simple silhouettes that won't overwhelm your small apartment. A love seat with rolled arms and a natural linen upholstery offers Mediterranean charm without the footprint of a full-size sofa. Consider multifunctional pieces like ottoman storage benches in terracotta, leather, or a narrow console table that can serve as both entryway statement and dining table, with folding chairs tucked away when not in use. Scale is everything in small Mediterranean spaces. Choose fewer, higher quality pieces rather than many small items that create visual clutter. A single statement piece, like a distressed wooden coffee table with iron details or a compact armchair, in a vibrant blue velvet, can anchor your room with Mediterranean character. Look for furniture with exposed legs rather than skirted pieces. This creates visual breathing room that makes your space feel larger. Wall-mounted shelving with a weathered wood finish provides storage while evoking the open shelving common in Mediterranean kitchens. Remember that in authentic Mediterranean homes, furniture is arranged to facilitate conversation and connection. Position your pieces to create intimate gathering spaces, even if your apartment only accommodates a small seating area. The quality of light in Mediterranean countries has inspired artists for centuries, and recreating this luminous atmosphere is essential to authentic styling. In small apartments, thoughtful lighting becomes even more crucial as it can visually expand your space. Start by maximizing natural light. Replace heavy curtains with sheer linen panels that diffuse sunlight in that distinctively Mediterranean way. If privacy is a concern, consider top-down, bottom-up blinds that allow light while maintaining seclusion. For artificial lighting, layer your approach with a combination of ambient, task, and accent lighting to create depth. Look for lighting fixtures that incorporate Mediterranean elements, hammered metal pendants, ceramic table lamps with geometric patterns, or wall sconces with amber glass that casts a warm glow reminiscent of sunset over the Mediterranean Sea. String lights woven through a small balcony railing or around a window frame can mimic the twinkling lights of a coastal village. Don't underestimate the power of candlelight in creating authentic Mediterranean ambiance. Cluster simple pillar candles in hurricane vases or use terracotta votives for evening atmosphere. The interplay of light and shadow is what gives Mediterranean spaces their romantic, timeless quality. Even the smallest studio apartment can capture this magical effect with thoughtful lighting choices positioned to highlight textural elements and cast beautiful shadows across your walls. No Mediterranean-inspired space would be complete without the lush greenery that characterizes the region. Even in the smallest apartment, strategically placed plants can transport you to a sun-drenched courtyard. Focus on Mediterranean native species like olive trees, available in dwarf varieties perfect for apartments, rosemary topiaries, lavender, and cascading ivy. Group terracotta pots of different heights to create visual interest while maintaining a cohesive look. If floor space is limited, consider wall-mounted planters or hanging baskets that draw the eye upward and create the feeling of an abundant Mediterranean garden. A kitchen herb garden is perhaps the most authentic Mediterranean touch you can add to a small space. Not only visually appealing, but practical and aromatic. Install a narrow wall-mounted shelf near your kitchen window for small pots of basil, thyme, oregano, and mint. The scents will transform your cooking experience while adding that genuine Mediterranean sensory element. For apartments with limited natural light, consider Mediterranean-inspired dried botanicals instead. Bunches of dried lavender, olive branches, or eucalyptus arranged in ceramic vessels provide lasting visual impact without maintenance requirements. These botanical elements connect your interior to the natural world in the way Mediterranean design has always done, creating an environment that feels alive and connected to the landscape, even if your actual view is of a city street rather than the Amalfi Coast. The soul of Mediterranean style lives in its handcrafted elements, pieces that tell a story and bring centuries of craftsmanship tradition into your space. In small apartments, these decorative accents become even more significant as they carry the aesthetic without requiring much space. Look for hand-painted ceramic plates to create a wall display, a traditional Mediterranean decorative technique that adds color and pattern. Mosaic-topped boxes, hand-blown glass vessels in azure blue or sea green, and woven baskets all contribute authentic character while serving practical purposes. Remember that in Mediterranean design, decorative elements are rarely purely ornamental. They typically serve a function as well. The key to incorporating these elements successfully in small spaces is thoughtful curation. Select pieces that speak to you personally, rather than trying to include every Mediterranean motif. Group items in odd numbers, 3 or 5, for visual, harmony, and vary heights to create dynamic vignettes. Consider the power of scent as a decorative element. Reed diffusers with fig, citrus, or lavender essences immediately evoke Mediterranean environments. Textural contrast is another important consideration. Pair smooth ceramics with rough-hewn wood, woven textiles with polished metals. Each carefully selected piece should earn its place in your small apartment by contributing to the overall Mediterranean narrative while avoiding the clutter that can make small spaces feel cramped. When friends ask about your unique finds, you'll have stories to share about each intentional choice. Mediterranean homes have always excelled at practical beauty, a philosophy perfectly suited to small apartment living. Instead of hiding storage, embrace the Mediterranean tradition of beautiful utility by selecting storage pieces that enhance your aesthetic. Open shelving made from weathered wood displays everyday items like olive oil bottles, pottery, and glassware while keeping them accessible. Replace standard cabinet hardware with ceramic knobs featuring traditional patterns or hammered copper pulls for an instant Mediterranean upgrade that requires no additional space. Visual tricks can dramatically transform your apartment's feel while embracing Mediterranean sensibilities. Strategically placed mirrors with simple frames or traditional arched shapes reflect light and create the illusion of expanded space, particularly effective when positioned to capture natural light. Consider a floor-to-ceiling mirror leaning against the wall for maximum impact. Mediterranean-inspired room dividers like slatted wooden screens or macrame hangings can define separate areas within a studio apartment without blocking light. For small bedrooms, skip the headboard and instead paint an arched shape behind the bed in terracotta or blue, reminiscent of Mediterranean architectural details. Wall-mounted lighting instead of table lamps frees up precious surface space, while built-in banquette seating with storage underneath maximizes dining areas. These space-saving solutions embody the practical ingenuity that has characterized Mediterranean living for centuries, proving that this style is adaptable to modern, small space challenges. The true essence of Mediterranean style extends beyond decorative elements to embrace a way of living that celebrates simplicity, connection, and sensory pleasure. In your small apartment, create at least one area dedicated to shared meals. Perhaps a compact bistro table by a window or a coffee table that transforms for dinner gatherings. Mediterranean culture prioritizes these communal moments over convenience eating. Consider how your space flows for entertaining. Even the smallest apartment can accommodate a few friends when the layout encourages conversation and connection. Embrace the Mediterranean siesta mentality by designating a comfortable corner for relaxation with a good book or afternoon coffee break. If you've enjoyed this Mediterranean small space journey, I'd be thrilled if you'd hit that subscribe button and notification bell to join our Home and Harmony community. Leave a comment sharing which element of Mediterranean style speaks to you most. I read every comment and love connecting with fellow design enthusiasts. Remember, transforming your apartment into a Mediterranean haven isn't about square footage. It's about creating an atmosphere that celebrates life's simple pleasures. My final designer tip? Start with just one authentic element that brings you joy, perhaps a handcrafted ceramic piece or linen throw, and let your Mediterranean style evolve organically around it.